point in time, I'd like to call this meeting of the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders to order. Please rise for a moment of silence. And I ask that in your thoughts and prayers you remember Allie Clark, who's a lifelong resident of South Amboy, former councilman. He also played professional baseball for the New York Yankees, Cleveland Indians, and Philadelphia Athletics. And also remember Fred Semonite of Saraville, former councilman and member of the County Planning Board. Both passed away recently. And salute to the flag, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Margaret.
Notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-10 has been complied with and shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting.
Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett-Galante.
Here.
Freeholder Delina. Freeholder Polos. Freeholder Rios.
Here.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Here.
Freeholder Valenti.
Here.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Here. Proclamations and commemorative resolutions.
We have two proclamations this evening. First is recognizing April 2012 as Autism Awareness Month in Middlesex County, and the second is recognizing April 2012 as Parkinson's Disease Awareness Month in Middlesex County.
Resolutions.
Only two this evening. First is recognizing Anthony Campisano of South Brunswick Township and Michael Soriano of Cornerstone Architectural Group for their commitment to the South Brunswick Family YMCA.
I need a motion on the resolutions.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Ron Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call, please.
Freeholder Barrett-Galante.
Yes.
Freeholder Rios.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Yes. Correspondence.
Each freeholder has been provided with a list of correspondence received by the clerk's office since our last meeting. This correspondence will be kept on file in the office of the clerk of the board for reference.
Any motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Now we need to deviate from the regular order of business to consider resolution number 12-600 and also to introduce 4 ordinances. At this point in time, I'd like to open to the public resolution 12-600. Anyone from the public wishing to comment on that resolution?
Motion to close.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Need a motion to adopt resolution 12-600.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call, please.
Freeholder Barrett-Galante.
Yes.
Freeholder Rios.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Yes. At this point in time, I'd like to recognize the mayor of South Brunswick, as well as your business manager. Come on up. Fielder.
Thank you, Director, members of the Freeholder Board. This is always a great pleasure for me to come down here because it's always a good thing. This happens to be a holiday, and I want to thank you for this nice Easter present that you're giving to South Brunswick Township. It is with great joy that we're here. What we have asked for was funds from the county's Open Space Committee so that we could put in a wellness center in South Brunswick. Be added to our current senior center. It will almost double our senior center in size. Our senior center is one of the most active senior centers probably in Middlesex County. We're proud of it. We have at least 200 people, 250 people that come every single day. They start from breakfast and we continue that. The freeholder, Carol Barrett, was one of our staunch supporters of the Senior Center. We want to thank her for encouraging the Freeholder Board to contribute this $1 million to the South Brunswick Township, and we will match that $1 million out of our Open Space Trust Fund. So we're really, really pleased with that. Also, you're contributing an additional $250,000, okay, that will go to, we're putting lights on our girls' softball fields, and that will complete all of our recreational programs in our township with lights on every single field and every single sport, from whether it be lacrosse or whether it be soccer, right on up the line. So we want to thank you for what you've done in the past. Our relationship with the county has always been very strong. We think you guys are really super. You do a terrific job in running this large county. Well, I guess, is this the largest county?
Second largest.
Second largest county in the state. And believe me, this is not an easy job. So thank you very much. And anytime you need our support, you have it from down in South County.
Mayor, introduce who you brought with you.
We have with us today our new township manager, Bernie Histovic. Bernie joined us in October of last year. And of course, when he came on board, we were looking at a 10-cent tax increase. So he had his work cut out for him. We're proud to say that last night we worked on our budget and we got it down to 0 taxes for the
Great.
year 2012. So we think that's a good job.
Great.
So thank you. Thanks again. Come on up here.
I had a little speech, but the mayor said everything. Did you read it when I wasn't looking? Here.
Great,
You
thank you.
could get me in with him. You actually,
Yeah, why is it? He does the same thing with me. Can we take this?
this is yours.
Great, thank you very
Don't
much.
spend it all in one place.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to say that also one of the other people who've been fighting for this for a very long time, along certainly with me, is Councilman Charles Carley. And he is now liaison to the Senior Center, so he will be very excited to let the seniors know that you have the money.
Thank you. And he's kind of in the same mold as you are, Carol. He never lets up asking, we need...
I trained him.
Right, you did. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Good to see you. Take care, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Now it's time for ordinances. Clerk will read ordinance number 12-398 by title only.
Bond ordinance providing for 2012 general capital improvements and the acquisition of equipment for the Middlesex County vocational and technical high schools located within the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, appropriating $3,100,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $3,100,000 bonds or notes of the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, for financing such appropriation, and authorizing a public hearing to be held Thursday, April 19, 2012, at 7 p.m. and publication thereof.
Need a motion to adopt ordinance number 12-398 on first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Bellante.
Yes.
Freeholder Rios.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valente.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Yes. Clerk will read ordinance number 12-399 by title only.
Bond ordinance providing for the undertaking of 2012 capital improvements at and for certain facilities of Middlesex County College located within the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,500,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,500,000 bonds or notes of the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, for financing such appropriation, the principal of and interest on the aggregate principal amount of which will be entitled to state aid pursuant to Chapter 12 of the laws of New Jersey of 1971, and authorizing the public hearing to be held on Thursday, April 19, 2012, at 7 p.m. and publication thereof.
Need a motion to adopt ordinance number 12-399 on first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Bellante.
Yes.
Freeholder Rios.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valente.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Yes. Clerk will read ordinance number 12-401 by title only.
400.
Oh, I missed 400?
400.
Sorry about that. Ordinance number 12-400 by title only.
Bond ordinance providing for various 2012 capital improvements by and in the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, appropriating $32,479,575 therefore, and authorizing $30,932,910 bonds or notes of the county to finance part of the costs thereof, and authorizing the public hearing to be held on Thursday, April 19, 2012, at 7 p.m. and publication thereof.
Need a motion to adopt ordinance number 12-400 on first reading.
So moved.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Galante.
Yes.
Freeholder Rios.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valente.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Yes. Now it's time for ordinance number 12-401 by title only.
Bond ordinance providing for the acquisition of capital equipment and the undertaking of various 2012 capital improvements at and for facilities of Middlesex County College located within the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, the county, appropriating $2 million therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $2 million bonds or notes of the county for financing such appropriation, and authorizing the public hearing to be held on Thursday, April 19, 2012 at 7 p.m. and publication thereof.
Motion to adopt ordinance number 12-401 on first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call, please.
Freeholder Barrett Galante.
Yes.
Freeholder Rios.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valente.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Yes. Need a motion to resume the regular order of business?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Reports of freeholders. Freeholder Carol Barrett Belante.
No report this evening, Director.
Okay. Deputy Director Ron Rios.
Thank you, Director. I'd just like to give you a little information as far as information and technology. The Office of Information and Technology is working with the Sheriff's Office to implement a new records management system designed to better input and retrieve critical day-to-day information. Our 2012 guide to your freeholders brochure is now available, and it lists all the frequently used numbers and county offices throughout the county, and if anyone needs a copy of that, you can reach the clerk of the board at 732-745-3080. On the election board, the presidential primary election is on June 5th, 2012. And if anyone wishes to change their party affiliation, you must do so by April 11th. And if anyone has moved, changed their name, anything of the such, and you have to update your record, submit a registration form with your updated information no later than May 15th. And it's also the same deadline for voter registration for May 15th to be eligible to vote in the primary come June 15th. I'm sorry, June 5th. And that concludes my report, Director.
Thank you, Deputy Director. Freeholder Charlie Tamaro.
Thank you, sir. The County Economic Development Study is provided to our Middlesex County Economic Development partners and is available on the county website from the homepage business guide. The study is searchable for research in economic development. County economic development partners, including mayors, business administrators, economic commissions, redevelopment agencies, special improvement districts, UEZs, chambers of commerce, and others, are all being folded into our team for further economic development activities in the county. The Cultural and Heritage Commission and Middlesex County Museum announced their newest educational offering for teachers relating to the current exhibition, Lights, Camera, and Action, about the science of movie in image and the history of film in New Jersey. Middlesex County educators who bring their students to visit Cornelius Low House will receive a workshop in a box to take back to the classrooms. Each will have an educational guide to the science involved in movie images, a CD from historic Thomas Edison films made possible by an agreement with the Library of Congress, instruction sheets for science activities the kids can do in the classrooms, and posters to also hang in their classrooms. They can call 732-745-4489 to schedule a class visit and reserve workshop in a box. The Extension Service. I attended a meeting at the Middlesex County Extension Service Earth Center with Congressman Rush Holt to discuss the issues important to agriculture. Attendees included former farmers, mayors, Mayor Gamatis of South Brunswick, county officials, Rutgers professors, and the Assistant Secretary of the New Jersey Department of Agriculture, and other stakeholders. It was a very positive meeting discussing issues of labor, minimum age, state taxes, WIC program, and the Farm Bill. A day of organic land care was also held at the Earth Center on March 20th for green industry professionals. This was a pilot program, the first of its kind in New Jersey, to provide alternative management practices for professionals that manage turf grass and landscape areas. The Extension Service is working with the New Jersey DEP to establish statewide certifications for organic land care professionals. This will provide new employment opportunities for residents, military veterans. Military veterans also participate in our program, and we are hoping to provide new job opportunities for returning vets from the wars. Ray Itch, a Middlesex County grain and forage farmer and a former mayor of Monroe, school teacher, County Board of Agriculture member, and a member of many other agriculture organizations, was honored at the New Jersey Agriculture Dinner March 30th. He was given the prestigious Golden Medallion Award for his years of outstanding service to agriculture, both locally and statewide. Bill Lubick helped to host a conference call with agricultural professors and ag teachers from Beijing, China, seeking to learn more about our vocational agriculture and cooperative extension programs here in the United States. Bill is helping to coordinate a visit of 20 delegates to the Middlesex County Votech schools and farm in August and September 2012. Bill will also be asked to visit China within the next 2 months to share information on current programs in the United States and much larger delegation of agricultural teachers and professionals. And I also want to announce, since I spoke a little bit about Thomas Edison, on June 9th, the Thomas Alva Edison Museum in Edison, New Jersey, will be reopening its museum to the public at 11 a.m. It's a Saturday. We've been working on the museum for the last 2 years, and of course, anytime you do anything to an old building, you run into a lot of issues and a lot of problems. And finally, it'll all be said and done by June 9th, and our focus in the museum will just be the 5 years that he spent in Menlo Park. So everyone's invited. Remember, June 9th on Christie Street in Edison, we'll be reopening our museum. And also, the state of New Jersey has gone to rebid for the tower, and they should be awarding that contract very shortly to renovate the 131-foot tower that stands in Christie Street. Thank you, Director.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Blanquita Valente.
Thank you, Freeholder Director. From the Office of Human Services, just to inform the board and the public that we do have one Family Success Center located in New Brunswick. The New Jersey Department of Children and Families, DCF, recently released another request for proposals in the amount of $240,000 to fund a second center in the county. And there were 7 interested agencies that attended a mandatory bidders conference in Trenton on March 20th, and the proposals are due back by mid-April. Our office was notified by DCF also that $250,000 is available for the local development and enhancement of a continuum of prevention approaches, supports and services for children, youth, and families in Middlesex County. And our own Human Services Advisory Council will take the lead to submit a plan by the May 18th deadline. The HASAC expects to work with an integrated team from the county advisory councils and other local systems to develop this plan, and that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Freeholder. At this point in time, Mr. Kelso, resolutions to be added,
There are none.
resolutions to be amended,
There are none.
resolutions to be held,
None.
resolutions to be voided.
There are none.
Okay, at this point in time, I'd like to open up to the public any discussion on resolution items that are listed on this agenda, just on resolution items. Anyone from the public?
Motion to close.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Any items to be removed from the consent agenda and voted on separately by any freeholder?
I have 2, Director, 12-0642 and 12-0563.
I have 2 also, that is 12-0634 and 12-0684. Anybody else? Mr. Kelso?
Yes, Freeholder Director, then a motion would be in order to adopt the consent agenda consisting of resolution numbers 12-0554 through 12-0686 excluding Resolution 12-0600, which was previously voted upon, and Resolutions 0642, 0563, 0634, and 0684 to be voted upon separately.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call, please.
Freeholder Barrett Volante,
Yes.
Freeholder Rios,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Valente,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Yes.
And at this time would be in order, Director, to consider the two resolutions excluded by Freeholder Tamaro. They are Resolution 0563 and 0642.
I need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Volante,
Yes.
Freeholder Rios,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro,
Present, not voting.
Freeholder Valente,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Yes.
And then finally, at this time, Director, it would be appropriate to consider the resolutions which were excluded by the Director, and that is Resolutions 0634 and 0684.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Volante,
Yes.
Freeholder Rios,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valente,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Present, not voting. At this point in time, I'd like to open the meeting up to the public for discussion on any item. And remember, there's a 5-minute rule. Anybody from the public? Yes, sir. Name and address, please. Thanks.
I'm Salam Ismail, a National Director of United Youth Council Incorporated, 513 Richmond Street in Elizabeth. I'm here today, Director and Representative of the Freeholders, to respond to a letter that I received on March 30th by you, Director Fano, in response to part of a statewide initiative to urge counties across this state to declare violence a public health crisis, consistent with the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta. Certainly, New Jersey is not exempt from that. We're targeting 11 counties, and Middlesex County is one of those counties that we're urging to do that. Just recently, Union County became the first county in the nation to declare violence a public health crisis. In addition to that, the county have formulated a commission on violence, a 9-member commission to study it, to try to get an understanding of it, and to report back to the county freeholders and to offer recommendations. Just yesterday, I got a note from the Hudson County that said on the 27th at their meeting, they will also join with Union County and be the second county to do so. Essex County will be, in the next 2 weeks, the third county to do so. Why you refuse to do is beyond anyone's imagination. Certainly you're not saying that violence does not exist in some of your cities in New Brunswick, some at even epidemic proportion. I mean, including some of the reports I heard out of New Brunswick where in November, more shootings happened in a long time. And many of those shootings are from young people. Well, I'm asking you to reconsider that because in the wake of, not only we're not talking about just street violence, we're also talking about domestic violence and, yes, police violence. New Brunswick have not been exempt from that, unfortunately. Barry DeLoth is a clear example of that, similar to the Trayvon Martin matter, where police officers approached them and they ran and they responded by force and someone unarmed ended up dead. We need to examine that, sir, ma'am. This violent trend is off the chain, and we cannot play politics with it. I'm tired. I got to go to 3 or 4 more of these county meetings in the next week or so to do like I'm doing here, to ask you to reconsider. Because if you don't reconsider, then our urgence is going to go into a demand. That's how desperate we are. Because I'm tired of seeing young people go to jail and graduate from juvenile to county to state prison, to come out and 55% of them go back in jail, and they come out and find themselves lost in a world of anger and frustration, and then use violence as their means. I don't want that to happen. Certainly I don't want the stigma that continue to happen across this country with black young males, where police watch them because of this violent trend, that all black youth are crazy, out of their mind, subject to violent trend. And so what usually happens, some knee-jerk reaction, wannabe cop will come on the street and eventually assault them, beat them, and sometimes even kill them. Well, we're asking for you to consider this. These counties know what they're doing. They realize that they cannot wait on this. And guess what? All the stuff you send to me, Director, Union County, there's no county have more program for youth than our county, the county that I sit at. So we can go in and give you 50 pages of this kind of stuff that you sent me. And that's no disrespect. But what I'm saying to you, the violence is so great that we need a concentration of commission that will do nothing but study this angle. Every aspect, from the jail to the hospital to the prison system to right onto the street corners, to talking to drug dealers, to talking to gangbangers, to talking to police, those who are in jail, ready to go to jail, to get a full understanding of why violence has become an accepted a code of conduct in our communities. You know, in Ohio, that wasn't a poor community. That wasn't a black community. That was a white kid that went into that school and fired off all over the place and then waited around for the cops. So I'm saying in closing, don't be left out in the dark on this one. Be brave like other counties have, and don't let politics move away from your conscience.
Before you sit down, I just want to say this to you. I do have additional programs that we do run, which I like to have you take a look at it. And like I said in my letter to you, that I said to you, please, give me a call so we can discuss that and other issues that you may have. So please, by all means, take advantage of that.
My issue is the resolution. The CDC is not stupid. The CDC is the most credible agency in the world. The Journal of Medical Psychology, these are medical agencies that study this. Okay. And this is sanctioned by the federal government. So we're not smarter than them. They're the one that realized how the AIDS became an epidemic, and announced then people didn't want it. They said it was a green monkey. But it was the CDC that came out and declared it and went on, and now we have some sense of control of it. They're saying it now. In January, they announced that violence is a health-related crisis, and we all should stand together behind them and get together and do what we need to do to stop this trend. Thank you very much.
Sir. Sir, name and address.
Dan Cummings, 90 Townsend Street, New Brunswick, New Jersey. I echo his comments. This is a resolution that you had the opportunity to be the first county to sign on to. And you missed that boat, but that's okay. This evening, you can be, is it the third county in New Jersey to sign on to? I've been a resident of Middlesex County for, this is my, going on my 4th year. I am proud to live in the healthcare city. What is more important to healthcare than protecting each other and promoting a nonviolent culture? I worship here. I worship at the New Brunswick Friends meeting. Nonviolence is extremely important to us. So if you're going to be studying violence in Middlesex County, we would be an asset on that issue, and we would certainly be interested in working with you to see what has worked for Quakers and Friends in the past. I teach here. I teach in South River. I'm a middle school special ed teacher, and as the saying goes, if you're not putting money into schools, then get ready to put them into jails. And I think we need to look at, in this county, in light of what's been going on, in light of the fact that I live on the corner of Commercial and Townsend. Somebody was shot down there just a few months back. And I live in what you would consider a decent part of town. Somebody right outside my door. Just 2 blocks from my door, a man by the name of Barry DeLoach was shot and killed. And this keeps on recurring. And I'm not saying that this is something that is specific to Middlesex County, but we're at a point right now in this county where we need to realize, we need to put on our objective glasses and say, this is an issue that is right in front of our eyes. If we don't study it right now, unfortunately, I think it's only going to get worse. So we have an opportunity here to really study this. Middlesex County, in my opinion, is a very progressive county. We have a very diverse population in this county. I think you'd all agree. We've been very progressive on green issues. Let's be progressive on what I would consider one of the most pressing issues. You can't come up with an organization that is more conservative in their opinions than the CDC. And when they come out and they say that violence is a public health issue, we need to wake up. And we need to wake up in Middlesex County. We need to wake up all throughout New Jersey. And this is an opportunity. You are passing a resolution to set up a board. You are not throwing, money, millions of dollars at a project. You are saying this is a problem, we need to deal with it. Specifically a problem with our youths. If we are going to really focus on education, if we're going to really focus on putting our youth in a position to succeed in this county, in this state, in this nation, in this world, this has to be part of it. I think when we study this, what we'll find, and I don't know, but what I think we'll find is that education is key. After-school programs are key. Facilitating nonviolence within our communities is key. Attacking poverty is key. I think we'll find all of those things, but let's give ourselves an opportunity here. And I think it's a huge opportunity. You could pass this resolution tonight. There's nothing stopping you. The lawyers in Union County have looked this over and they didn't find anything that's going to put them in a ditch. You can pass this resolution tonight. We could cross off Union County. We could put Middlesex County, and there's no problem. You're going to pass this. I know you're going to pass this. Let's not be the 11th county in New Jersey. Let's be the 3rd county. Let's not be the last county in New Jersey to pass this initiative. We're targeting 11 counties. Don't be the last one. Step it up. You can do it. The healthcare city, the greatest little county in the land. Let's be the greatest little county in the land. Let's do it. You can do it. Do it tonight. This is not, you're not messing with the world. You're saying violence in our city and our county is a problem. And violence in our city, in our county, is a problem. When you have a problem, you address it. You get minds in the room who've dealt with this problem in the past. You get minds in the room who are new to this issue. And you say, what can we do to alleviate this problem?
Time.
Thank you.
We need to do something about this evening, tonight.
Good evening. My name is Beverly Marshall. I live at 33 Commercial Avenue here in New Brunswick. I'm also a committee woman, District 1 and Ward 2. January the 1st of this year, 3 men broke into my house, broke down my glass door to the deck, and came into my house. It was about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. It was, I am raising a grandson. He's 15 now, but he's also disabled. They broke into my house. They were looking for gold, as if I have gold, and money. They hit me, and they were just searching certain places. It was 2 Hispanics and 1 black. I have been a resident of New Brunswick for 17 years. This is the first time that something like this has ever happened. The fact is that a senior citizen that's raising a grandchild and cannot feel safe in their home, and even to the police that has no answers about what's going on in this city, there has to be a change. I believe that I am worthy. I am worthy, a grandmother of 8 and a great-grandmother of 9, and I have been community-oriented in this city for 17 years. I am worthy of the Freeholders, the City Council, to help what's going on in this city. I shouldn't have to be afraid to be in my apartment. I shouldn't have to apply for a gun to feel safe in my apartment that I have been in for 17 years. I am going to therapy. I don't know if you realize what it's like waking up 2 o'clock in the morning with 3 men in your room and attacking you, and I have no way to protect me or my grandson. It's not like you are watching CSI, where the superwoman can attack 3 and 4 men. It's not real. When you are awakened 2 o'clock in the morning, you're disoriented, you don't realize what's going on, and even to the day, I still think it's a dream. I just can't believe that 3 guys broke a glass door and stepped through the door here in New Brunswick, New Jersey. It's like it's unreal. And I am asking you, please pass this. It can happen to another senior citizen, it can happen to your wife, and it can also happen in your home. If it happened to me, where I never thought that anything like this would happen, we need help, and I'm asking for your support. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Tyrone Brunson. I'm actually a New York resident. I live at 680 Route 211 East in Middletown, New York. I'm a current, or basically thinking about moving to Jersey City, New Jersey, which is Hudson County. But I'm here to echo the 3 people who are actually here speaking on behalf of declaring health or youth violence a health issue. I basically was trying to look for some words to say, how can I impress upon you, who may not live in the county or may not live in the town of New Brunswick and things of that nature, but just hearing the numbers alone, and bear with me for a second, just hearing the numbers alone of the bonds that you guys were more or less speaking on this evening, which was $1.5 million for a particular bond for one issue, and $30 million for a particular bond for another issue. Now, I may not know what those issues are because I don't live in the county, but where I'm going is to spend a tenth of the money basically on a health issue before it becomes a health crisis. Now, I'm going to actually read to you what some of the online individuals said about a health crisis. A health crisis or public health crisis is a difficult situation or complex health system that affects humans in one or more geographical areas, mainly occurring in natural hazards, from a particular locality to encompass the entire planet. Now, where am I going? I was at a recent meeting, I do believe Sunday, where we had a Trayvon Martin rally, and I didn't know that Senator Lesniak had a similar situation to the young lady right there, where he awakened and found 2 individuals in his home, and they robbed him. We don't want to make small talk of the little facts. We want to make big talks of the little facts. The young man said, listen, let's not wait until before it happens to someone here or someone that you know. You can open the door and embrace this as a means of basically the calm before the storm, or from that standpoint for something to basically happen. As a newly resident of Hudson County, where violence is off the hook, as we say. But I really want you guys to think about embracing this entirely, because more or less it may not be a personal issue to anyone in particular, but just to stand here and know that it can be done. things have a tendency to change overnight. I am a God-fearing person. I used to be the same person who used to be out there, involved in violence. I'm no longer that person. So I know miracles do happen and God does allow changes. However, I just want you to embrace the national or what may become a national epidemic before it hits New Brunswick or Middlesex County. I thank you very much and enjoy the evening. Thank you, sir. Anybody else?
Tormel Pittman, 46 Byard Street.
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick. Yeah. I'm going to echo what everybody just said, and I'm a victim of politics, and I hope this doesn't take place tonight. I'm one of the key people are one of the main instruments in fighting for justice in the city of New Brunswick. I've led protests, I've had rallies, I've spoken on Rutgers campus, I've spoken in churches, in various different places. And the mayor of the city that this building is sitting in has said that I am responsible for the increase of violence in New Brunswick. That's what Mayor Jim Cahill said publicly in the newspapers. And so that tells me that he's playing politics. And I hope that you guys don't play politics tonight, because if you don't see violence as a public health crisis, but you will still go in and hire more police officers, and put a war on drugs, a war on terrorism, and a war on violence in itself, but not get on board with calling this situation a public health crisis, then you guys are contradicting yourselves. It's a contradiction. And we can't keep going off of contradictions. You guys don't want no one else to speak tonight because it's starting to get dark. And you want to make it to your cars safely. And so do everybody else in here. That's why these meetings aren't held too late. But what about the people that got to walk around at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock? What about the lady that was burglarized? That don't exist. You can't point nobody in your families that what this woman just explained to you happened. So you're kind of numb to the experience. But we're telling you, we're living proof that this does happen. And jail is not the solution. Hiring more police officers is not the solution. Hiring more corrupt rogue officers. Your building is sitting in one of the most corrupt cities, I was going to say in Middlesex County, but I'm going to say in the state of New Jersey. New Brunswick is one of the most corrupt cities in the state of New Jersey, hands down. And you guys operate business as if you don't even know that exists. The police station is right there. 4 officers are signing complaints against the police department for racial discrimination. 4 black officers. Now you have that happening in the city where 3 black people were murdered by 3 white officers. So this is something that needs to be looked at. You guys may think it's not as serious now, but like he said, you can pass this resolution tonight. You guys don't decide to pass it tonight. Guess what? I'll be back at the next Freeholders meeting. You guys don't decide to pass it that meeting. I'll be back that next meeting. You guys don't decide to pass it that next meeting. I'll be back that next meeting. But you're gonna pass it. The community is as a community member, you guys are gonna pass it. You need to pass it. And if you got a heart inside of your chest, you will pass it tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public? Anybody else from the public?
Motion to close.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Need a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I need a second.
Second.
Oh, motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.